Hey y'all, it's Michele Hudnall with Real Estate of Northern Virginia and Real Brokerage, and I am so excited today for you guys to be part of this. We are on a journey of powering on and flipping this house. Here we are in beautiful South Reston, and we have a homeowner who's been vacant. His life changed. He had lived here and moved away, and now we're finally going to fix up the home and bring it to market. Someone has not lived in the home for more than a dozen years. Sounds like a scary proposition, but I call it my labor of love. We're gonna bring this home back to life, and basically we're starting from the ground up, powering on. So we've got to turn on power, turn on the water, and begin to get the house mechanically working again. And then we're gonna work on all the beautiful interior. It's an interior townhome, so it's protected on both sides. So that helps to keep the house intact. So it's remarkably in great condition for the age of it and the length of time that it has gone vacant. We've got this big tree that was planted many, many years ago, and it's just overgrown its space. So unfortunately, this beautiful saucer magnolia is going to be taken down, but it's going to be a table here, so it will still be remembered as part of the landscaping, and we'll clean all of this up. We've got a little concrete repair that needs to happen, some patio pavers that need to be smoothed out, but let's take a walk in. So here we are, entering this home. Think of me 2 weeks ago on Monday, walking into this house for the very first time in 15 years. So we had a locksmith that had to take off the deadbolt and the doorknob in order to get us in the house. It was just sealed so well. So as you can see from this kitchen, we've got beautiful solid oak cabinetry. A lot of times folks paint it, but in this case, because it's in such great condition, I'm not gonna paint it because you don't get solid cabinetry anymore. So what we're gonna do in here is take the money we would have spent on painting and replace the backsplash. So we'll put in more of a neutralized white tile. We'll put in a new stone countertop. We'll put in a new range. It had a microwave, but we need to put in a new one there. So we will put in all fresh appliances. So this kitchen will be brand new. I believe what we're gonna do is put countertop in here and make this like a little coffee station, small appliance station, some shelving, so it'll take advantage of a small space. So as we powered on the home last Friday, we turned on water and power, and the reason you see the dismantling of the kitchen already is we had our electrical and our plumbing inspection. We want to put in an ice maker, so that means we got to run a plumbing line up, and the code for microwaves is a dedicated line. So we needed to clean this out. Plumber is here today doing that work, so we're in the very early stages of flipping the house. And as we continue into the main living space for this home, the homeowner had once put in a bit of very nice hardwood. However, because there were rugs on it, it has changed color, and it's a very difficult thing to match up. So we worked a little bit this week to decide what we're gonna do in the living room, and we're gonna put in hardwood. We've got a nice mantle. So now I'm gonna give you a little piece of trivia that you'll have to ask me about when this whole thing is over. There are 2 screw holes underneath here. There's a hidden safe in this wall. We have no idea what's in it, how to access it, or how much we're gonna have to take apart this shelf. But my contractor is very intrigued to find out what's in that wall safe that's hidden in the wall. Drapes are gonna come down. This old-fashioned window box is gonna come down. This is our favorite part of Whitney Park East, is as you look out here, which the good news is we don't have the leaves on the trees, and you can see the trails that are out there. Reston is known for 55 miles of walking trails, and we sit right on one of them. Now we're heading upstairs. We've got 3 bedrooms, and they're a pretty decent size. This townhome is the largest footprint of the townhomes in this cluster, so it's right about 2,000 square feet. So this one is the primary bedroom. So you can see we've just got some leftover furniture that has been dismantled. We will have all fresh carpet on this floor and on the stairs. A beautiful built-in closet system lined with cedar, mirror doors, so that will stay in place. But we'll really just work on the cosmetics here in painting. In a bathroom, I'm usually replacing lights, mirrors, and vanities, and the fixtures. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and leave these. These are actually pretty nice cabinetry with the mirrors. However, we are changing the vanities, and we do normally put in LVP on the floors, so we will be doing that as well. But this time we've got some vinyl on the walls, so we're going to take that out, and some old ceiling tiles. And then this is the third bedroom. It's of an ample size. A bench here by the window, and it gives you some additional storage, but a nice little reading nook in this house. So we'll take out all these old blinds. We will take down all this wallpaper, repaint, refresh, and call it done. So this is easy. Okay, now we're coming downstairs, and we have quite a large living area in this house. This actually, depending upon your living situation, can be a multi-generational house, whether you have college kids coming back or mom and dad needing space. You have quite a large open area here. We've got closet space underneath the stairs. And as we come over here on this side, we have another full bath, changing out those shower doors so that we have more of the just clear glass, modern today, and going with more of the brushed nickel again. The previous owner was quite a wine collector. So we have a serious room of wine and some collectible art bottles. So lucky me, this is part of my project to go through, but he believes much of it is undrinkable, but there may be a case or two that is not undrinkable, that is a little newer. So we're trying to find that and salvage some of these larger bottles. As you can see, some boxed cases that he purchased wine from all over the world in special places that he traveled to. And we've got some closet space here, but as you can see, this is normally the unfinished part of the basement. We're not going to do anything with this since it is somewhat finished and gives you lots of added storage. Okay, and as we pass through what is the utility room, where the washer and dryer will be, as you can see, again, it's also finished. We have a little wall-mounted table, ironing and whatnot. And as I said, when we entered the house, step one has been to power on the house, power, water. And so step one today, we're getting a new hot water heater. Plumbing has already been inspected and in good shape so far. And they're running lines for the ice maker and replacing some of the valves. But in many houses, you have to replace the valves, you know, the ones underneath the sinks and the toilets. If they haven't been turned in a long time, they just need to be replaced. So we're doing a little bit of that must-do, turn on the house part today. So now we're coming out to the favorite part of the neighborhood, which is, again, the trees and the nature. This house, we're gonna get a new slider. Of course, you see that light's broken. Another part of Reston is the design elements of the outside of the house are defined by the Homeowners Association. So we do have to follow the guidelines for design, paint color, and whatnot, and keep the house in good repair. So we will be doing some power washing and repair on the cedar siding, but it's actually in pretty good shape. We may not actually paint the entire home, but do a lot of repairs. I am one of the homeowners who is doing some repairs around here. So we've got a nice deck and seating area here in the trees. And as you can tell, the deck itself is in need of replacement of the floorboards and the seating boards, but the underneath frame of the deck is in good shape. So save us a little expense that we don't have to do a complete tear down and rebuild. So in the places where we can salvage and just do repair, we do those. So we're really trying to manage to a budget of what will it take to sell the home and have it in good, safe, working condition. And so as part of the electrical inspection that we did early this week, again, part of powering it on after it's been off for a long time, is the electrical box. So we need to bring this up to code. In homes that have been continuously running and are older, replacement is not necessarily required, but the home inspectors will call out things that are a little bit older. And in this case, the house was built in 1979. We did not have the same heat eating devices that we have today. So it's a good thing to replace the circuit breakers. So we are getting a new breaker box, all new breakers that will trip a lot faster than the older ones did, just to make the house that much more safer. But in the end, the rest of this area is really just new light fixtures, updated door, and we're going to put an LVP down here. So we're going to pull out all this old carpet and replace it with a nice bright white oak LVP. So that's our first tour of the before of this home, and we'll have a couple of other segments as we're starting to piece it together and putting in hardwood and putting in lights and talking about the kind of renovations that you would do on a house like this, or what would you do just to sell your home, but you haven't kept up with the repairs as you've gone along and lived in the home. So again, we try to keep it within a budget that will help to sell the home without going over the top for a big remodel. So stay tuned for the next segments. Well, that's the end of part 1 and week 1. We turned on the power, replaced the electrical panel, we turned on the water, we did some plumbing repairs, we updated and replaced the hot water heater, we cleaned out all of the ducts in the house. The duct work, it is a small expense, but it has huge impact on the air quality and the smells within the home. So we did that, and then we replaced the HVAC system. So now the heartbeat of the house is running and beating strong, and we are in week 2, and we are in full-blown demo this week to do all of the cosmetic updates to modernize this home and make it really shine in the marketplace. So keep up with us here at Real Estate of Northern Virginia and Real Broker.